Are we willing? You and I, are we willing to take the blame? Abraham, who tells a king that his wife is just a sister and almost causes the king to have the wrath of God visited upon him because the king is about to change the course of human events by taking Sarah to his bed. Yes. When in fact she is to become the matriarch of the chosen people Israel. And if not for the intervention of God, as he so often does, what would have become of the reconciliatory plan for man? How often have our actions caused someone else to get in trouble? Well, I don't think you heard me this morning. How often have our actions caused someone else to get in trouble? How many times have we told an untruth to protect ourselves, not thinking or caring about the far-reaching effects of the untruth would have on the lives of others? And then when the truth is told, when the truth finally overshadows the darkness we have placed it in, we try to justify our position. We only did it to protect ourselves. And if someone had lost their life because of our misguidance, are we willing to take the blame? Joseph's brothers found him to be intolerable. You know the type, that brother or sister that we perceive daddy loves the most, and although we are the oldest, we never seem to be fully loved by the parent. We are constantly seeking their approval. Yes. And never quite seem to measure up to that darling younger brother or sister. So, like Joseph's brothers, we plot his or her downfall. In Joseph's case, his brothers sold him into bondage and blamed it on some wild beast, which in turn only brought the brothers years of pain and mistrust. Mistrust because if you plot against one sibling, what is to prevent you from plotting against another? Now, how often have we fallen victim to envy, thinking someone else has it much better than we do? How often have we thought about doing something drastic to win the approval of another, not understanding that maybe, just maybe, that person we envied was more needy than ourselves? How often, I ask this afternoon, how often have we done something to someone or plotted to do something to someone that we could or can never take back? And instead of the joy we thought we would feel, we are in a lifelong struggle with our decision. We don't like where we find ourselves, not to mention what we have caused others to go through. Amen. Are we willing to take the blame? Moses on that fateful day when he happened to cross an Egyptian in the process of mistreating a Hebrew slave and killed the Egyptian. In essence, taking the law into his own hands, and hides the body in the desert thinking no one else will know. His actions cause him to lose the very respect of the people that one day he would be commissioned to free from their bondage. But before he can save a nation, he is called to question by the same people he would serve when trying to stop another argument. The act which he thought was committed in the dark comes out into the light. And he is asked, would you kill a Hebrew like you did that Egyptian because you don't like what we do? You hid the first crime. Will you commit another and try to hide it too? How many of us thought we committed a just act only to have it brought to our attention that the act was not so just? How many of us have acted with good intentions in a bad way and done more harm than good? How many of us has let our ego get in the way and found that we have lost our ability to help anyone because of a mistake? a mistake we made in haste. And though we thought we could keep it a secret from getting out, well, it does anyhow.
Yes.
Yes.
Are we? Are we willing? Are we willing to take the blame? When Achan hides a fortune in the tent of his family and calls it the spoils of war, feeling good that it was owed to him and his family because of their service to the nation Israel.
Yes.
Because of his disobedience, a whole nation suffers and lives are lost.
Yes.
Because of his disobedience, his whole family has to pay the price, and they are removed from human history forever. Except as an example of what not to do. How many of us are the cause of our family's downfall? And a once good family name has become synonymous with all the wrong things in life.
Amen.
How many of us have taken a name and darkened it irreputably because of our own self-indulgence? How many families have been forced to change their name or have had their name become associated with some of the most heinous crimes like James Earl Ray, Lee Harvey Oswald, Saran, John Wilkes Booth, Jeffrey Dahmer, not to mention the son of Sam. How many families have been forced to live in shame and deny their birthright because a family member has made the name infamous instead of famous? Are you? Are we willing to take the blame?